Today on Is This Cinema, Brad, who has never seen a Marvel movie, has now seen five Marvel movies. We just watched Captain America, the first Avenger. You loved it, right?
Yeah.
We'll find out when we come back.
We kick off this evening with a look at the cinema.
Cinema.
People only do cinema.
Cinema news. It's not cinema, it's something else.
Problem with American cinema.
You don't know anything about good cinema.
My real life began in this cinema.
And it will end in the cinema.
This is great cinema.
Beautiful, beautiful cinema.
Hello and welcome to Is This Cinema. We are starting off this series by making Brad watch every single MCU movie and TV show.
That's right. I'm giving my professional opinion.
In cinematic release order, how are you holding up? You have seen five now.
I haven't puked.
Are you a better man for watching these?
I think I'm more better rounded opinion. So now I could talk shit about it without
You can talk with authority.
with authority.
Right.
I can run my mouth and no one can say you don't know what you're talking about because you haven't watched them.
Okay, so we start a team in the Arctic.
Yep.
They find a giant mammoth spaceship, or not a spaceship, I shouldn't say. It's the Valkyrie.
A
It's
giant plane, bigger than anything. Yeah.
They cut it open, and one of the guys immediately knows by just seeing the frozen shield. I know exactly, what I'm looking
He's
at.
like, I don't care what time it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Get him up.
Schmidt. So
Mentioned the tree of life.
right, he mentioned the stuff that they were talking about in Thor. So yes, he comes in. He has that awesome Hydra car.
Yeah.
With that, I don't even know what it was.
Land
just
Cruiser.
a giant roadster that
In the
was.
script, the script is called a Land Cruiser in the script.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's spelled in German. All one word, Land Cruiser.
He is the Red Skull.
Blood
What did
Skull,
what did
Red
you
Skull.
think about the overall him as a villain?
He's good.
Yeah.
He's a great villain.
Yeah.
He's great in everything he does.
Well,
Because he's such a good
character.
actor. The character was fine. Yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, he was creep.
Yeah.
He was a creep.
A German who went even,
he's he's
even too
impossible
far
to
off the
beat.
rails for Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Too far off the rails for Hitler.
Which
yeah.
is, look, I liked it.
Okay.
The fact that it was set in the 40s was a departure from Marvel. And I was like, okay, they're trying something different.
Yeah.
At least they're trying.
Okay. So we meet Skinny Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Skinny Steve for the first time.
It's funny how they make him look. He can't be that small.
Did you like the effect? Like, did you buy it?
No, I bought it. Yeah.
Like you?
No, I bought it.
Yeah, because
like
a
the only
lot
time-
of people had a problem with it because
No, it's
like
fine.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was good.
Steve and Bucky take a couple of dames to
The dames think he's a joke.
the Stark, or well, I guess the precursor to the Stark Expo. It's kind of like a World Expo.
Yeah, it's the World Expo. Yeah.
Yeah.
The future. Going to the future.
We meet Howard Stark,
Yep.
young Tony Stark's father. And then we meet Dr. Erskine, Stanley Tucci.
Yeah.
He's eavesdropping and he hears Steve and Bucky talk. And
Right,
he's-
right. Kind of like at the catalyst of the story. That's where the story kind of starts.
Okay.
Because when he goes up to that thing where he sees his face.
Yes,
Yeah. He's
Realizes-
like, you know what? I'm going to try one more time.
sure. Yes, and he comes in. It's like, so you want to kill Nazis?
Minute 13, which is quick. It's a quick beginning. That's nice.
And he sees something in him and he gets him right in there.
Peggy.
Two of my favorites, Peggy and Colonel
Lee.
Phillips,
Yep. Colonel Phillips and Peggy. Yep.
Tommy Lee Jones.
He's
And
good.
basically,
He's
how
awesome.
did you feel about their character introductions? A little
was
bit
good.
on the nose, but like Peggy just like
He's
up
good.
and knocking out.
Just lays out that asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I
And Tommy Lee Jones is like, "Come, get back.
that is such a trope when Americans call English ladies the Queen of England.
Queen,
It's
yeah.
like, oh,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
supposed to be the Queen of England.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like anybody would talk, like this guy would.
It's
run
like,
his
sure,
mouth
Your
like that.
Highness, and
Yeah.
like, yeah, if anyone deserves to film punch in the face, it's that guy.
It's him. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tommy Lee Jones, get up and get back in that lounge till I tell you what to do.
He-
He's so great. Boot camp.
He's in boot camp.
He earned himself a ride by the flag. No one's gotten this flag in 20 years.
Like
and,
all he wants to do is just risk his life. He
hold-
wants to
he
risk his
pulls
life.
the pin, right. He wants
jumps on a grenade.
He's been beat up his whole life. He wants
Tommy
to
Lee
just
Jones is
prove-
still not convinced. He's like, yeah, Phil.
right. Through,
That's
through
he jumped
the
on a live
grenade.
grenade. He thought it was a live grenade.
Sure.
He's like,
And-
he's still small.
And something I noticed on the rewatch, Peggy Carter, she was about to jump on it, but still,
was she really?
Little Steve beat her to it. Yeah.
That's right. He goes, but yeah, that's right.
Because he jumped, and because
she goes toward it. Yeah, she goes toward
she's
it.
like, whoa.
That's right. You're right. Yeah. That's right.
So yeah, she's brave in her own right.
There's a
Steve
mole
gets the super soldier treatment. Yeah,
that
of
takes out
course.
Erskine.
There's a mole. Did you notice him pick up that door and it had the star of that taxi cab?
Yes.
And it's sort of like a preview of like.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was the second time they did that because when he was getting beat up in the alley,
Exactly.
he picked up the trash can and just
the shield. Yeah, I got that kind of.
Captain America gets promoted. He was.
Yes.
I think I don't know.
He becomes a sideshow
private
freak,
right?
which he's pissed about.
And that is exactly what they would do.
Oh, for sure.
Just
for sure.
How can we monetize this?
How can we just make this? Yeah. So if we put him in action, he kills what? He kills a couple hundred guys.
And then maybe
if
gets
we use
dead,
him as
and all that money we invested in him is they're not sending him out to
they're
battle.
going to use him and keep him alive.
Right. He's a sensation. He sells war bonds. He is the star-spangled man with the plan.
Who gets picked on by his fellow soldiers.
He punches Hitler, which is like we were talking about, the classic comic book. That's one of the things, you wanted to see.
And he's miserable. He did this for one reason, to get on the battlefield.
Right.
He changed, he risked his life in that regard.
Right.
To get on the battlefield. They still won't let him go on.
Right.
Until he just eventually just says, I'm going.
His inner hero kicks in. He's like, let's just go.
He's like, I'm just going. Mm-hmm. And then Stark and Peggy both help him. Drop him behind enemy lines.
He doesn't know what fondue is, clearly.
Yes, right.
How do I know you two haven't been fondueing?
So he's basically infiltrated the Hydra base single-handedly. Yep. We meet some of the Howling Commandos.
Yeah.
Which are, do they mention that in the script? The Howling Commandos?
They do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yep. They go by name, though. I don't know if they actually mention that, but they go by name. But they got the mustache.
That crew, that like Dum Dum Dugan.
Yes, Dum Dum Dugan,
yeah. All those guys, they're known as the Howling Commandos.
Okay. I don't know if they mentioned that specifically. But they must have, though.
Those guys were all in a comic book that told World War II stories.
Yeah.
It was Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. Nick Fury was the one who commanded them. He was in there, and that was his guy.
So he's not a human being.
However, no. But over the course of Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Because it was started in the 60s. In the 60s, that makes sense because the war was in the 40s. 20 years ago, Nick Fury, of course, he was doing all this stuff. It did hit me in the feels when declare Steve Rogers dead, and he rolls in with that entire crew.
Yeah.
Makes him he was already a national sensation. Now he's
Captain America.
Now he is official Captain America. Like this guy single-handedly saved thousands
he's in his element.
Yes.
Which is why a huge montage of them killing everything in sight follows.
Just sort of breaking up Hydra all over the
Smoking
place.
like an Inglourious Bastards montage.
Yes. Kind of very Inglourious Bastards.
Very much.
Dum Dum Dugan would have been a great bastard.
Oh, yeah, he would. With the stash?
Yes. Hey, Fritz, one day I'm going to have a stick of my own. He just says that.
Right, yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
Great.
You know, Fritz, one of these days I'm going to have a stick of my own.
So they're making a ton of headway.
Peggy shows up.
Shows up.
I don't know if this guy, but Peggy shows up
in that red dress.
In the red dress, makes a date for a dance.
Yes.
He gets
a rain check.
Gets the rain check on the dance. Next day, she catches him smooching.
She says again, "You don't know shit about women."
Right. He finds
out
that
the running theme.
Howard Stark says, "Fondue is just cheese and bread, my friend."
Right.
Fondue is just cheese and bread, my friend.
Schmidt is gaining power.
Yes.
They have that huge army where he says, "Hail Hydra." He's at a army of however many thousands of people.
Radicalized Nazis.
Yeah.
If you can get more radical.
Yeah. So that's going on. So that's right after this whole thing with the metal. I got some thoughts on the uniform.
Yes. Whatever you say.
And then
Bucky's
killed.
We get the train scene.
Yep. Bucky's done.
Zola is in custody.
Zola does a good scene with him and Tommy Lee Jones.
Brings him the steak.
That's just the hand you've been dealt, son.
It's just the hand you've been dealt.
Pretty much saying, like, I'm going to give you to him if you don't give me what I want.
Yeah.
It's either you or him.
Yep.
Yeah. I made you a steak.
Doctor, do you realize how difficult it is to get a hold of a prime cut like that out here?
The Red Skull's big-ass bomber called the Valkyrie.
Yep.
And that's the one they eventually unearthed from the ice. So Steve's running out. He's got this giant Nazi plane full of bombs for everything.
And he's got to put it down.
No other choice except to put it in the ice with him in it.
Got to put it down. This is my decision.
Yep. And
save that dance.
Steve and Peggy never get the dance.
Nope, they never get that dance.
So Captain America's gone.
Gone.
The war's over, but he's a legend. You see kids playing Captain America in the street with the garbage can.
Yep.
You know, little callback to the
Yep.
back to his old
That's right.
days.
Yep. His old days. Yep. Getting beat up.
I don't know if I mentioned, but Brooklyn, old 1940s Brooklyn looked really good.
Looked great. Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Like the effects work very good.
It still looks the exact same now in certain neighborhoods.
Yeah,
the
for sure.
and shit,
Certain neighborhoods, but yeah,
But no, it
old
looked
school
great.
Brooklyn,
Yeah, it did.
that looked really good.
And so I'm with Marty.
You're with Marty.
I'm with Marty.
Where does it rank?
2.
In the 5.
2. Yeah.
Interesting.
I like Iron Man 1 still.
Sure.
I liked Iron Man 2 a little bit. It's hard because I respect how hard it is to do a sequel.
And
it's very hard.
And Tony was very unlikable throughout that whole movie.
Yeah.
Iron Man 1, Captain America.
I'd say 1 and 2. Yeah, those two.
What's 3, 4, 5?
Oh, God. Hulk is 5.
Hulk is 5.
Hulk is 5. It was just horrible. And it was so easy. They could have nailed it.
And then
I think Thor was 4. Because that could have been so much better.
Yeah. Okay.
Could have been much better.
That's fair.
You know?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm with Marty. Marty's undefeated.
Marty is undefeated.
Avengers is next.
Real quick. We'll see. I don't know how you're going to like this Avengers movie, but
I'm going to give it a shot, man.
It is an achievement.
I will give
cinematic
it 100%.
achievement.
I'll do whatever. I'm telling you, you know me. People who listen will know I'm not going to bullshit.
No. I can't wait
There
to hear
are
what you're
aspects
saying.
of every movie that we've watched that I've liked.
Yeah. Some that you've loved.
I've loved.
Yeah.
You're right. And I'm not going to bullshit. I will not
We
lie.
are out of time. Guys, follow us on all the things.
Follow us on everything.
We'll see you next time for The Avengers.
Goodbye.
Wherever you found us, thanks for listening to Is This Cinema. You can follow us along on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. And of course, your favorite podcast feed. Give us a review, like, follow, and we'll see you next time.